Hello my friends. Today we are going to be comparing the Nikon D5200 and the Canon 5D Mark II as it relates to video. Because I've been using the Nikon D5200 for a while because my brother had it and then he let me have it. And I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money on a camera, so I've just been rolling with it. And it has its strong points, but also has its weak points. And so I checked out this camera, this Canon 5D Mark II from my school that I go to, and I figured that I'm gonna see how they compare. So first off, right now I'm using two different angles. Both of these cameras are working at the same time right now. The Nikon D5200 is a little bit farther back and a little bit wider, and it is rolling at, both of the cameras are rolling at 1/60 shutter speed. The Nikon D5200 is running at f4.0 for the aperture. The Canon is at f3.5, and both of them are at relatively low ISO levels to keep the histogram looking all good. So yeah. So right off the bat, there's a few things that I have noticed using the Nikon D5200 as it relates to video. And first thing is that in low light, it is pretty freaking awful. It is not very good in low light. The screen gets very, very grainy. And first, let me preface this whole video by saying that I'm not a camera expert. I have been using cameras for a while, and so I'm more knowledgeable than the average person who has no idea what the heck they're looking at. Like, is this like a space machine? Like, what is this? So like, I know more than them, but I definitely am not one who goes out and nerds out on all these things, all of the details. Like, I can't even tell you the things that you would nerd out about because I'm not at that level yet. So maybe one day I'll be at that level. I don't know. Anyways, the Nikon D5200, it has not very good capabilities in low light, which makes the screen get grainy. Another thing that it does not do very well is stabilize. And so I'll show you some clips in a little bit comparing both of these cameras. And number 3 is the autofocus on the D5200. It's loud. It's like you're trying to mow the lawn and you're recording a video, and it's getting like, you don't want to hear the lawn being mowed when you're doing anything, but especially when you're making a video. So that's not good. And it's just like this, it's not good. So right now, both of these cameras are set on manual focus, basically. So like I mentioned before, the Nikon D5200 isn't very good in low light, but when the environment that you're shooting in has a lot of light, and you use like manual focus and you even use a tripod, it can actually produce some pretty good results. Like right now, everything is stationary, and so I don't think the quality, there is a difference in quality for sure. And I'm sure that it has to do with like sensor sizes and like, what does full frame mean? I don't know what that stuff means. Help me. I could look it up. I could Google. Should I Google it? Okay. Is Nikon D5200 full frame? Nikon has shifted its attention back to its APS-C DSLR range with the launch of the upper entry level D50. That was 2013. So this thing says no. What are the benefits? Improve. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Full frame cameras have improved low light performance because of the larger sensor size. A full frame camera is able to capture more light, which allows it to attain focus. That's probably why. Another benefit of the Nikon D5200, which is probably related to the lower sensor size, is the fact that it's way lighter. So the Nikon D5200 weighs about 555 grams. The Canon... Alright, the Canon 5D Mark II weighs 850 grams, so it's almost twice as heavy. This is one reason why I like the D5200, is it's just so light, and if it had better stabilization, then it would be actually pretty decent for vlogging, and if it had better autofocus, because autofocus sucks. But if you use manual focus and you just keep the distance pretty good, then it's actually pretty decent. And if maybe you got like a tripod, like I've vlogged with a tripod with it before, and it's decent, just don't use the autofocus and make sure you're in the sunlight. Like right now, it's sunny outside and I'm looking out the window and should probably be filming out there, but I'm nervous and I don't want to do that. So I'm in my room like a loner. Help, I don't know which camera to look at. I'm looking at both these cameras. They're both in the same vicinity. Why am I talking like I'm in the country? Help me. All right, so yeah.
Playing in 3, 2. You got the stomach, noises. You got the stomach, noises. Oh, you got the stomach, noises. Oh, so what do? And you don't like them one bit. You wanna stop them. Oh, how do you stop them? Oh, then watch my videos, Dr. Sweets. I'm not a real doctor, but listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Trust your body and trust your feet. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Trust your body and trust your feet. You're sitting in the movie theater with your girl. You're taking the test and you just wanna go girl, because you feel so sick inside. You're anxious because your stomachs are going crazy. You're like a child. You got 3 systems inside and they're so loud. Oh, and watch my videos, Dr. Sweets. I'm not a real doctor, but listen to me. Don't listen to me, don't listen to me. Yeah, trust your body and trust your feet. Don't listen to me, don't listen to me. Trust your body. You got
This one
the
is a
stomach
wider,
noises
the
and you
lens
want
is
them to
wider.
stop. Oh, you got the stomach noises and you want them to stop. Why do they keep on going?
This one
Why
is a wider,
don't they
the
ever
lens is
slow
wider.
down? Why can't you seem to stop them? Why am I frowning now? Oh, I cannot focus on what I want to do.
This one is a wider, the lens is wider.
Eventually will be. Oh,
Turns out the Canon 5D Mark II only has a 12-minute recording limit, and I just realized that after I talked for like 30 minutes. So that's a benefit. That goes to Nikon. How dare you? I'm recording a video right now. You are in Dr. Sweet's network headquarters right now. Want to be in the video? Do you want to say something? I was kind of comparing these two cameras, talking about them, to make a video and maybe make money off of Amazon about it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to comment and let me know what you think about the Canon 5D Mark II and the Nikon D5200. Is Canon really better? Is it worth it? It's 700 pounds. It's like carrying a turtle on your back. I've never done it. Don't plan on it. But it could be like that. Maybe. Is it? I don't know. Give it a like if you liked it. Give it a dislike if you didn't like it. If you don't like me, why don't you like me? Just like me. It's okay. You don't need to like me. We need to learn how to be okay with the criticism. Be okay with the haters. Because the haters are going to hate. And the potatoes are going to potate. And I'm going to leave. Because I'm annoying as hell. Bye. Subscribe. Buy this shirt.